Hi, so today we're talking about the assignment I have done in this week. So let's go to the first part, in which is the repetition. So in the first thing, so there are three different kind of the loops. So you can see like we got like for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Saying what is the difference between three of them is that like the for loop we just got about is something like about hash code. It's just like we got like a number like about integer number which is like 100 or something like that to make it run. But like in while loop and do while loops doesn't need that. It just need like if it's true that we're running. So what is the difference between while loop and then do while loop is that although that the condition in do while loop is wrong, but like in do while loop is we run it at one times before it break out the loop. So like just go straight into the my code. So you can see in here I got just read about the assignment statement, and then I got about set the value equal to 0, and then I cite about the sum in here which is the integer number, and also called about the average which is called the variable average, and then this is about the double. And I'm also got about the user, tell the user input type of number they want, and then I'm store that user input into the upper bound. And you can see in here I'm just got about the for loop, and this is the inch number equal to 1 with this setting at the assignment statement in order to get like a starting point. And the next thing is like the condition to make it running. And the last thing is like the number plus plus with a if it's run is it done about a cycle, and then it's come back if it's just adding one to it. And also it's control write line which is about bringing output into the terminal to show that how it's working into the cards during the cards. And then after it break rules, it break outside the loop, exactly just calculate the average with the sum divided by upper powers, and then I'm write like the output with the sum and the average in here. So I'm also using about the try and cat function, which is like if user is typing the wrong input, for example like A, B, or C, something like that, the letter, the example just got the error message. And then I'm also using about the go to method, which if user type wrong, it will go back to the where's the wrong function is located, where the wrong is located in here. It's exactly just similar to a loop, but it's much more simple. And yeah, let's just do it in code. So we run it dot that run, and then if I'm typing number 4 in here, you can see like it print 4 times in here, which is the console write line because I'm just pressing 4. So the condition is like 1 less than or equal than 4. So yeah, print 4 times in here, which it will show like the step of how the sum will print the output in here, and then it will calculate the sum and then the average also. So I'm also create about the pseudocode of explaining how it's working in here. So like just for example, if user type number 4 and then it's going exactly to the loop because 1 is less than 4, which is true. So yeah, because and it's all, I'm also adding about the sum in here. So 0 plus 1 equal to 1, and then it's like life cycle, so it go back into the loop and then run again, which a 1 plus 1 is 2, so 2 in here, 2 is still less than 4, so it also true. So if we run it again inside the loop and then come back to the for loop, and then still it got like greater than 4, which is 5, and then because it's 4, so we break out the loop and then calculate about the average, and then print the output first, like the sum and the average. So yeah, so let's just like comment this one and go to the while loop to see is whether it's have a different or not. So like a type number 4, it exactly the same as you can see in here. So type in another one, yeah. Because I'm typing 3 times, so I just bring in about 3 times in here. So let's just go into the do while loop. Latest, for example, type number 5. So you can see in here, although that is because you can see it's really print a lot of current number in here, because like we got like number less than or equal to 100, so that exactly just different from the upper power condition we are doing reverse. So yeah, So that's the reason why I print a lot, but it's still printing the sum and the average, so it's exactly just the same. So let's just go to the next thing. Skip. Okay, let's go to the guessing number. So as you can see here is the most intriguing part in here because it's got a lot of algorithm we need to use. So in the first thing, I'm also using the same as the reverse try and catch function here to make user to type a correct one instead of typing about the number. So because it is a guessing number, so if user one, I'm just make about the user input in user one, the type of number, and instead of and I'm so start about the user information in here, but instead of using about inch bar, I'm using about inch right bar because like if because this one is just uh instead of start about the variable into the guess one, it also give for about the booleans, which is about if this one, if you start typing the correct number, it will go into the this one, turn this one to true. If not, it's we get to get false. So and also adding about the guess one and guess one equal less than one and get all about guess one less than 10 because I don't want to, you know, don't want user to type something out range like about 100 about -1 something like that. So and if instead of just console write line print out invalid number and then go back to again for your type again, and also using the same concept at the user 2. So if user type the correct one, which is guess one equal to guess you, if exactly just got like the message you have guessed the number, well done. And what else if the type is not the same, they will exactly just choose two odd number. So let's just write the code. Okay, so let's just .NET run and then type number 3 and then use all the user 2 also type number 3. You will also see the message that you have guessed the number, well done. So what if type user type number 3 and then order type number user 2 number 6. So yeah, to non-number is done. Okay, so let's just type again number 6. Yeah, number 3 until you got number. What if I type like the letter invalid number? So yeah, or maybe about -5 invalid number also 100. So let's just type like 8 7 6 something like that. So yeah, you can see that the code is working very well. So let's just go to the next part. Okay, so let's go to the divisible by 4. Okay, so you can see in here like in here just like divisible by 4 and tell the user to enter the number. For example, it will tell number 5 6 7 thing like that, and then I'm start about user information using in parse and then start into the guess, and then I'm read about the for loop. For example, if you type number 5, it will just loop 5 times. And then in here, I'm also making about the booleans, which it return us about true or false. So if you tell if this one is equal to the is divided by 4, but the remainder is equal to 0, which is true. So yeah, we start here is true, and then if a user divisible by 5 is not equal to 0, uh, it's not equal to 0, which means like the remainder is not correct. The remainder is they still got a number inside, then we will return about it exactly we just return about phones in here. So let me just tell again, like if divisible by 4 is equal to 0, which we can divisible by 4, but if we return true, if user is that like type of number and then in that number it's got like the number is a divisible by 5, so it will return false. And then if true and false, I'm using the condition here. If condition here is true and false means false, so if we cannot go inside into the if statement and then run it. So let's just try it in the code. So enter the number. So if I type number 5, which is like it can divisible by, it also got number divisible by 4 and it also got number divisible by 5. So let's type 4. So you can see that show number 4 is not showing number 5. What about 6? It's also 4. So what about 18? So you can see that it's got like 4 number divisible by 4, which is 4, 8, 12, and 16. There's doesn't exist any number that's divisible by 5, so it's correct. So let's just go to the last part we did about this testing, and you can see about I just pick out about one of the testing, the debugging things I have done. So you can see in here we got like the integer number and the product number at the assignment statement. I have been calling here, which is set by the integer, and I'm going to also create about a while loop. So let's just go ahead to figure out what's wrong in here. So you can see in here it's nothing to show up, and it's still not in the program because we call the while loop in here, but we doesn't have any curly bracket to end it. Although that the computer know that we are create about a while loop, but it just it just understand that the first line is just inside a loop and the other is not. So we create about an infinite loop. So in order to break it, Control C, run it again, and then also, in order to fix this one, we need to put about a curly bracket in here, and then put this one inside of it, then run it again. So you can see there's nothing wrong in here because we don't console realize anything in here. So if you want to check it again whether it's correct or not, we can console realize C in here in the to demonstrate it through that. Yeah, you can see that we got 6. So yeah, that's it.